Kelechi stared into her aunt's old mirror. At first, she only saw her own face. But then, something moved. A dark figure shifted behind her. Her heart stopped. She turned around fast. The room was empty. She looked back at the mirror. Her reflection stood still. But the shadow was still moving. Kai, what is this? She whispered. Her chest beat hard. Her palms grew wet. She stepped back, her eyes wide. The mirror was tall with gold edges. It stood in the corner of the room, facing her bed. Her aunt had warned her never to touch it, but Kelechi had not touched it. She had only looked. So why did it feel like something inside was alive? Let me tell you how it all started. But before then, kindly support our channel. Like, share the story, and subscribe if you have not. Thank you. Let us dive in. Kelechi was 14 years old. Her mother had died just 3 months ago. Her father had no money, so he sent her to live with her aunt, Madam Ifeoma. Madam Ifeoma was rich. She lived in a big house at the edge of the town. Her walls were painted cream. Her floors shone like glass. Every chair in her sitting room was soft and wide. When Kelechi first came, she thought it was heaven. No more hunger, she whispered to herself. No more sleeping on the floor. But she was wrong. Her aunt smiled in front of people. But inside the house, she was cold. Kelechi, she shouted almost every morning. Do not touch my things. Do not go near my room. And that mirror, never touch it. Never stand too close. Kelechi would bow her head. Yes, auntie? But in her heart, she wondered, why was the mirror so special? It was just glass. Old glass, with dust on the frame. One night, curiosity caught her. The wind outside was loud. The curtains danced. Kelechi could not sleep. Her eyes kept going to the mirror. It stood tall in the corner, like someone was watching her. She pulled her wrapper tighter. She sat up on her bed. Why does she keep warning me? Kelechi whispered to herself. Is it not just a mirror? What will it do? She stood. Her feet touched the cold floor. Step by step, she moved closer. The closer she got, the heavier the air felt. It was as if the room grew hotter. Her ears rang, her chest thumped. Still, she kept walking. When she reached it, she saw her own face, her small nose, her wide eyes, her tired cheeks. But then, something else. Behind her reflection, in the mirror, a dark figure passed. She gasped and turned fast. Nobody was there. She looked again. Her reflection blinked slowly. But the figure was still there, moving. Her lips trembled. She whispered, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. She stumbled back and fell on her bed. She covered her face, but she could not stop thinking. The next morning, she told her aunt, Auntie, that mirror. Keep quiet, Madame Ifeoma snapped. Her gold earrings shook as she turned. Did I not warn you? Eh? Did I not say don't go near it? Kelechi swallowed hard. But I saw something. Her aunt's eyes went red. Listen to me, Kelechi. That mirror is older than you, older than me. If you value your life, never speak of it again. Her voice shook the walls. Kelechi kept quiet, but inside her, fear grew stronger. And so did her curiosity. That night, she could not rest again. The mirror called her, not with words, but with silence. a silence that pressed on her ears. She turned her back to it. She closed her eyes, but still, she felt it watching. Kelechi? A voice whispered in her dream. She jumped up, sweating. The voice was soft, but it came from the mirror. Her hands shook. She wanted to scream, but no sound came out. She stared at the mirror. Her reflection was there, but her reflection, I was smiling. She was not smiling, but the girl in the glass was smiling at her. Her stomach knotted. Her breath caught. No, 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 she whispered. She ran to her bed and hid under the wrapper. Her whole body shook. The next morning, she tried again. Auntie, please, let them remove that mirror. Her aunt's eyes turned dark. She dropped her spoon on the table. If you talk about that mirror again, I will send you away, she shouted. You think this house is for free? You think food falls from the sky? Keep your mouth shut and obey. Kelechi's eyes filled with tears. Yes, Auntie, but deep inside, she knew something was wrong with the mirror, and she would find out what, even if it killed her. Each night, the mirror showed faces Kelechi didn't know. Old faces, young faces. Some were crying, some were angry. Some looked like they were shouting at her, but no sound came. Kelechi woke up one morning and saw 3 red scratches on her arm. She gasped. Where did this come from? She whispered. Her heart beat fast. She touched the scratches. They hurt like fire. When she went to sweep the sitting room, her aunt noticed. What is that on your arm? Madame Ifelma asked. Kelechi looked down. I don't know, Auntie. I just woke up and saw it. Her aunt's eyes narrowed. She dropped her teacup with a sharp sound. You went near the mirror again, Abi? Kelechi shook her head fast. No, Auntie, I didn't touch it. I swear, her aunt hissed. You better not lie to me. That mirror is not for you. If you value your life, stay away. She walked off, muttering words Kelechi didn't understand. That night, the scratches burned more. When she looked in the mirror again, she saw a small boy's face. His eyes were wide, his lips trembling. He pressed his hand against the glass, as if begging her. Kelechi screamed and threw her wrapper over the mirror. But in the middle of the night, the wrapper slid down on its own. The boy's face was still there, and now there were more faces crowding behind him. Days passed. The faces came every night. Sometimes she heard whispers. Sometimes it knocks. Sometimes a scream. Her aunt became more protective of the mirror. One evening, when Kelechi came home early from fetching water, she heard her aunt's voice in the room. She peeped through the half-closed door. Her aunt was standing before the mirror. She was holding a white cloth. She pressed it to the glass and whispered, Stay quiet. Nobody must know. Stay where you are. Don't fight me. Kelechi's blood ran cold. Her aunt turned suddenly. Kelechi, what are you looking at? Kelechi stumbled back. Nothing, Auntie. I just wanted to tell you I'm back. Her aunt's face grew hard. Don't ever peep at me again. If you value your life, don't enter this room unless I call you. Kelechi nodded quickly and ran off, her legs shaking. That night, the faces in the mirror grew clearer. She could see them pressing their palms against the glass, mouths opening silent cries. Tears filled her eyes. "What do you want from me?" she whispered. Then she heard a faint voice. "Help us." Her heart stopped. She dropped to her knees, shaking. For the first time, the voices in the mirror had spoken. The next morning, Kelechi couldn't take it anymore. She ran to the oldest man in the village. Papa Chike. He was sitting under the big mango tree, chewing cola nuts. "Papa, please, I need your help," she said, her voice shaking. He looked at her with sharp eyes. "What is it, my child?" She told him everything. The mirror, the faces, the scratches, the whispers, her aunt's strange behavior. Papa Chike's hand froze halfway to his mouth. He dropped the cola nut. His face turned dark. "Huh!" he exclaimed. "So that is where the mirror went." Kelechi frowned. "Papa, what do you mean?" Papa Chike leaned closer. "That mirror is not ordinary. It is a witch's tool. Long ago, a woman in this village used it to trap children. She stole their youth and beauty. She kept their souls in the glass." Kelechi's lips trembled. "Papa, you mean those faces I saw?" He nodded slowly. "Yes, child. Those are the souls of children. They are crying for freedom. Your aunt, she is the one using the mirror now." Kelechi gasped. Her chest burned. "No, Papa, it cannot be. Auntie takes care of me. She feeds me." Papa Chike shook his head. "Open your eyes, my child. Why do you think she's rich and still looks young, even though she's old? It is not from God. It is from the blood of the innocent." Tears rolled down Kelechi's cheeks. Her hands shook. She whispered, "Papa, what do I do? How do I stop it?" He looked around, then bent close. "You must break the mirror. It is the only way to free the souls. Once the mirror is gone, her power will end." Kelechi's eyes widened. "Break it? But Papa, Auntie will kill me. She guards it day and night." Papa Chike sighed. "Yes, she will fight you. She will use everything she has. But listen, Kelechi, if you don't do it, you may be the next one trapped in that glass." Kelechi's whole body shook. She saw the faces again in her mind. The little boy pressing his hand. The cries of "Help us." She pressed her hands to her face. "Oh God, why me?" Papa Chike placed a hand on her shoulder. "Courage, my child. You must decide. Do you want to live in fear, or do you want to free them?" Kelechi nodded slowly, though her tears didn't stop. "I will do it. I must do it." That night, Kelechi returned home. Her aunt was in the sitting room, laughing with two women. "Kelechi, go and wash the plates," Madam Ifeoma ordered. Kelechi obeyed. But in her heart, she was already planning. When the visitors left and her aunt went to sleep, Kelechi sat up in her room. The mirror loomed in the corner, dark and heavy. She whispered to herself, "I must break it. I must." Her hands shook. She picked up a stone she had hidden in her wrapper. She stepped closer to the mirror. But as she raised the stone, the glass flickered. Dozens of faces appeared. They opened their mouths and cried in one voice, "Help us!" Kelechi dropped the stone in shock. Her ears rang. Her chest thumped like a drum. Suddenly, the door burst open. Her aunt stood there, her eyes red like fire. Her voice was sharp. "So, It is you. Kelechi froze. Auntie, I was only... Shut up! Madame Ifeoma hissed. Her voice shook the air. You want to destroy everything I worked for? You foolish girl. She stepped into the room, her wrapper dragging on the floor. Kelechi stumbled back, her aunt's face twisted. Her teeth looked sharp. You will not touch that mirror, she growled. If you try it again, I will put you inside myself. Kelechi's eyes filled with tears. Her knees knocked together, but deep inside her chest, she remembered Papa Cheek's words. If you don't do it, you may be the next one trapped. Her fingers curled into fists. She whispered, No, Auntie, I will break it. I will free them. Her aunt's scream filled the room. Then you will fight me first. That night, the house was very quiet. Even the crickets outside were silent. Kelechi lay awake, staring at the ceiling. Her aunt was asleep in the other room. The mirror glowed faintly in the dark, as if it was breathing. She held the stone close to her chest. Her heart beat fast. Jibim, 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 jibim. She whispered, God, help me. Give me strength. Slowly, she stood. Her bare feet touched the cold floor. Step by step, she moved to the mirror. The faces inside were waiting. Dozens of eyes watched her. Some were crying, some were nodding. Kelechi raised the stone. Her hands shook. She whispered, For you, I will do it. With all her strength, she smashed the glass. Crash! The sound was like thunder. Shards flew everywhere. The mirror screamed like a person. Suddenly, the whole room shook. The walls trembled. The lamp fell from the table. Kelechi covered her ears. Voices poured out of the broken glass, shouts, wails, laughter. Then she heard a loud scream. It was her aunt. Madame Ifeoma rushed in, her wrapper loose, her eyes red. She stopped when she saw the broken mirror. No! She screamed. Her voice was not normal anymore. It was deep, like two voices in one. Right before Kelechi's eyes, her aunt's skin began to change. Her smooth face wrinkled like dry paper. Her hair turned grey and thin. Her back bent. Her hands became claws. Kelechi stumbled back in fear. Auntie, what are you? Her aunt hissed. You foolish girl. You destroyed my power. You will pay with your life. She rushed at Kelechi with surprising speed. Her long nails reached for Kelechi's face. Kelechi screamed and fell to the floor. The stone rolled away from her hand. Her aunt grabbed her wrapper, pulling her close. I warned you. Now you will take their place inside the glass. But then something happened. From the broken mirror, bright lights shot out. The trapped souls began to rise. Children, boys, girls, even young men and women. Their glowing forms filled the room. One by one, they turned to Madame Ifeoma. Their eyes blazed with fire. No, stay away from me! Madame Ifeoma cried. She tried to run, but they circled her. The little boy Kelechi had seen before stepped forward. His voice was soft but sharp. You kept us here for years. Today, you will join us. The souls rushed at her. They grabbed her hands, her legs, her neck. Madame Ifeoma screamed and struggled. No, leave me. I gave you life. I gave you her voice cut off. The souls dragged her towards the broken glass. The sharp pieces shone like fire. Her body twisted. Her wrinkled face stretched in horror. Kelechi covered her eyes, but she still heard it. Her aunt's last scream shook the house. Then silence. When Kelechi opened her eyes, the room was empty. The broken glass lay scattered on the floor. The souls had vanished. Her aunt was gone. Only dust remained where she had stood. Kelechi fell to her knees, shaking. She whispered, "It is finished. She's gone." The house was quiet, too quiet. For the first time since she came, Kelechi felt peace. The heavy air that always hung around the house was gone. The mirror was gone forever. She sat on the floor for a long time, tears running down her cheek. Part of her was afraid. Part of her was relieved. In the morning, she cleaned the room. She swept away the broken glass. She washed the blood stains from her arm. She opened the windows wide. Fresh air blew in. Birds sang outside. The house finally felt like a home. When neighbors asked about her aunt, Kelechi only shook her head. "She traveled," she said softly, but in her heart, she knew the truth. Her aunt's greed had destroyed her. Days later, she returned to Papa Chike under the mango tree. He looked at her with knowing eyes. "You did it, my child?" Kelechi nodded, tears filling her eyes. "Yes, Papa, the mirror is broken. She's gone." He sighed deeply. "You were brave. You freed many souls. But remember, this evil does not end in one night. You must always stay watchful." Kelechi bowed her head. "I will, Papa. I will." From that day, her life was no longer the same. She carried the memory of the mirror in her heart. She never forgot the faces. She never forgot the cries. But she also never forgot the courage she found when she was most afraid. Greed for power destroys even family bonds. No secret lasts forever. I hope you enjoy this story. If you do, like the story, share with your friends and subscribe.